Is it time to buy or sell the SOXL ETF? In this video, we will delve into the details of SOXL. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 23rd of May, 2025, and we are now here to provide a more comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, click the like button, and enable the notification bell to stay updated on our latest insights. You won't want to miss any crucial updates that could influence your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by exploring our newly launched AI stock analysis tool, powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Leverage the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one of 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please be aware that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as financial advice. Since May 21st, 2025, our system has ranked SOXL as a sell candidate, assigning it a score of negative 1.11. Now let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has faced a loss of negative 7.26%. This results in an average loss of negative 2.42% per day since it was designated as a sell candidate. The exchange-traded fund is positioned at the upper part of a very wide and declining trend in the short term. This typically presents a favorable selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction towards the lower part of the trend can be anticipated. A breakout above the upper trend line at $17.90 would initially indicate a slower rate of decline, potentially signaling the beginning of a trend shift. The current 3-month trend suggests a possible decrease of 32.2% over the next 3 months, with a potential return ranging between 83.04% and 22.82%. Examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of negative 70.11%. According to our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from a total loss of 100% to a decline of 66.39% over the next year. In practical terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $0 and $5.28. Our latest daily update for SOX includes the headline: a red day on Friday for SOX. The SOXL ETF price decreased by 4.78% on the last trading day, which was Friday, the 23rd of May, 2025, dropping from $16.51 to $15.72. This marks the 7th consecutive day of decline. During the last trading session, the ETF experienced fluctuations of 5.96%, with a low of $15.10 and a high of $16. The price has fallen in 7 out of the last 10 days, but remains up by 11.49% over the past 2 weeks. The trading volume increased on the last day by 34 million shares, despite the falling prices. This could signal an early warning, indicating that the risk may slightly rise over the next couple of days. In total, 177 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $2.78 billion. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the highest price for the ETF was $70.08, while the lowest price was $7.23. Currently, the price is 77.57%. or $54.36, below the 52-week high, and 95.84%, or $362.52, below the all-time high, reached on November 26, 2020, when the price hit $378.24. In the past week, SOXL has emerged as a leading performer among leveraged exchange-traded funds, driven by a surge in investor interest. Reports highlight that SOXL was one of the most heavily traded exchange-traded funds over the last 3 months, reflecting increased trading volumes and heightened market activity. This bullish sentiment follows a positive shift in U.S.-China trade relations, with many leveraged exchange-traded funds experiencing significant gains as a result. The backdrop of a trade truce has notably benefited technology stocks, which are crucial to SOXL's performance. Market reactions have shown a willingness to embrace volatility, as investors leverage these exchange-traded funds for potentially amplified returns. With technology giants rallying, SOXL's exposure to semiconductors could also gain traction, especially as Taiwan collaborates with the United States on resolving tariff implications impacting the semiconductor industry. In the short term, continued optimism around market rebounds and easing trade tensions could drive SOXL's stock price higher as traders capitalize on momentum. Conversely, long-term growth hinges on sustained stability in U.S.-China relations and the semiconductor sector's ability to navigate ongoing global dynamics. Investors will be watching closely as these developments unfold, influencing potential price trajectories for SOXL in the coming months. The following signals have been identified for SOXL. The SOXL ETF currently holds a sell signal from the short-term moving average. However, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is above the long-term average, there is an overall buy signal for the ETF, suggesting a positive outlook. Should the ETF continue to rise, it will encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $17.44. Conversely, if the ETF declines, it will find support from the long-term average at about $13.03. A breakout above the short-term average will trigger a buy signal, while a drop below the long-term average will signal a sell. Additionally, a buy signal has been identified from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. However, there are some negative signals that may impact short-term performance. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Wednesday, May 14, 2025, and thus far it has declined by 16.56%. Further decreases are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Volume increased as prices fell yesterday, which could serve as an early warning. Therefore, the ETF should be monitored more closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal. Pivots, sell signal 8 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal 109 days ago. Short-term moving average, sell signal 5 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 13 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 12 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal 23 days ago. The long-term moving average, sell signal 66 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 201 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for SOXL. On the downside, the exchange-traded fund finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $12.77 and $12.34. There is a natural risk involved when an exchange-traded fund is testing a support level, since if this is broken, the fund may then fall to the next support level. In this case, SOXL finds support just below today's level at $12.77. If this is broken, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $12.34 and $12.03. This exchange-traded fund may experience significant movement during the day, with a considerable prediction interval from the Bollinger Band indicating that it is considered to be very high risk. Over the last day, the fund moved 90 cents between its high and low, or 5.96%. For the last week, the fund has had a daily average volatility of 6.63%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for SOXL. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for SOXL is at $15.95. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the exchange-traded fund, this could be an opportunity to consider for swing trading. On the downside, SOXL encounters its first support level at $12.77. If this support level holds, it could present a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. We currently hold a negative evaluation for this exchange-traded fund, and no stop loss has been established. Is SOXL ETF a good buy? SOXL displays several negative indicators, and we believe it will continue to perform weakly in the coming days or weeks. Consequently, we maintain a negative assessment of this ETF. After examining the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our analysis indicates that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Tuesday, the 27th of May, we anticipate that SOXL will open lower by approximately 11 cents, beginning trading at $15.61. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By using this information, you agree to take responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and a wonderful day from all of us here at StockInvest.